So guys, key trade is May 27th and a great way to start off the week, but I made a huge mistake, and let's go over that mistake. The mistake was not about a loss. It was just about my confidence, right? I ended up grabbing early entries because I was confident in the long, as I said, but I just did not give the clear call out. I did not give the full plan, and that is a mistake because the members missed out on a win. But again, am I upset about waiting for the clearest confluence in a perfect trade? No, because other people are putting their money with me, right? So I'm okay with that. But again, off the risk to reward, should have had confidence there. Again, I took a 10 micro long, that one, and I took a little scalp, and I ended up with this profit, and then I made an extra 40 bucks on a live trade that we took in the PM. But coming into my pre-market plan was simple. I leaned long today though. I wanted longs. I said we dipped in the 4 hour, we found respect, we found buyers to daily highs. I wanted to see us reprice to the 4 hour and then find buying. My shorts, I was just looking for a potential internal. I did not really want to play shorts, but I said, we could find the sell model to dip into the 4 hour and the 1 hours, and we ended up doing that right off the open, not getting that trade. So coming to the structure for the day. Number one, 4 hour. This is the 4 hour fair value gap that we were respecting, and then we know we swept out that daily high. My targets being 53 and 360s. Again, not sure about conditions, so I just wanted to play smart and hit that 53 and 60 high here, which are just these overnight London highs. Here's the 4 hour dip we found respected. I was looking for the market to come back into this 4 hour fair value gap, respect cleanly, and then find buying. What ended up happening is the shorts end up coming off early, dumping the market, but we hit the discounted 1 hour fair value gap, then we found the buying, right? So again, my only short look was to be a short or price down to these levels. We end up absolutely destroying those levels, getting into the 1 hour, and then we found buying. And I took my entry off of a 5-minute model. So we know that we swept low, we know we find buying. We know that we're bullish, I know that I want to see long to these targets. So I waited. Once we got the inverse 5-minute candle close above, it was a bit too far for me, so I waited for the retrace. I got my retrace entry 10 micros here, and I put my stop loss just below. My TP1 was going to be this internal high, and then full TP was 361, which were these London highs and small equal high here. So this is a great quality trade. Looking at about a 25-point risk to pay 61 up to 105 points. I ended up catching 61 and 105 points. But it was a mistake, right? Because I took this trade on live, but I did not alert the members. Because why? I was not confident fully. I was confident in my longs, but it was an early entry and it was risky. Why was it risky? On the live, I wanted to see this first gap get inversed, right? So I did not want to play my longs through the bearish, so I wanted to wait for the inverse of this 5-minute. By the time we waited for the inverse of the 5-minute, the news candle came out, and we never even repriced to this 1-minute gap, and we just ended up delivering targets. Am I upset about being extra picky for both inverses and for the clearest 50-point target? No. But again, off of a 25-point risk to potentially make 100 points, 4-1, should have been called out. But it is totally fine. There'll be plenty more trades to take and plenty setups just like this, but are even better. I mean, I caught 100 points last week on live, so it's okay. Coming into the PM, a very small trade in the PM. I ended up taking 1 micro. I was up 1.6K. Didn't really care to make any more money. As I said, it was just one and done. But it was a 5-minute model, and it was very simple. Right, this is just playing off of clear bulls. We have a bullish market, and we are just not repricing. We never hit the 1 hour, never hit the 5 minutes, never hit the 15 minutes. So I was looking for internal structure off of this 5-minute gap. And it's a 3-1. It's funny, it's a 3-1 trade technically. But we ended up sweeping out this internal low in the 5-minute and then finding that SMT. Keep track of the 949 low and the 959 low. Lower low swept on NQ. If we go to ES, we can see ES at that same time point. We end up making a what? 49.59, a higher low. Higher low for ES. Lower low for NQ sitting inside this 5-minute. Once we broke, fair value gap entry, placing stops at wick low, TP new high. Ended up working out pretty nicely. Was a, like I said, 3-1, 6-point risk to make 20 points. I put full TP at 60, 40 was the entry, so 20 points. And that was it for the day. So 2 for 2. Again, I only gave members a 20-point win. But that is a mistake on my end. But totally fine. Tomorrow's FOMC meeting minutes. We're going to come in tomorrow. We're going to stay patient, and we're going to execute great trades if the market offers. That's going to be it for May 27th. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we have a link in the bio. We'd be happy to have any and all new members. But until next time, guys, peace out.